Hey there, everyone. It's Mrs. D, and I'm excited to bring you a little playlist series of 4 videos that specifically focus on the written application of Outschool. If you're interested in applying for Outschool, I encourage you to use my link below, join my group, email me, let me help you with that process. If you've been denied, I will figure out why, and we will get you applied again and approved. This video is specifically about the section 1 of the written application on Outschool. Now, let me just say Outschool is really big on how these written applications appear. They need to be in full paragraph form, so no bullet lists, and they need to have correct grammar, mechanics, and spelling before anything else. If you are denied very quickly, it's very likely it's because of a grammar error. So make sure that you're watching that, or you're having somebody you trust, like me, check it for you. Okay, so let's talk about specifically section 1. Section 1 is about your experience. Here's what the question reads. Please list all of the experience you have teaching or working with youth, whether as a professional, a volunteer, or in your personal life. Our teachers come from a variety of professional backgrounds. Share anything you think we should know. Be specific with how long you've worked with youth, the subject you've taught, and the age of learners that you've worked with. Okay, so let's break that down. All right? Professional and personal. Okay, so we want to list all of our jobs that we've had, but relevant to working with youth and working in educational type settings where you're teaching someone something, or you're working specifically with youth. And the way you want to approach this section is by listing the dates and the ages and the details of each position you held in a paragraph form. So for example, I might say something like from 2010 to through 2013, I worked as a pre-K teacher in a local preschool for ages 4 and 5 years old. In that position, I was specifically responsible for curriculum planning, classroom management, parent-teacher communication, and listing out those responsibilities very clearly for Outschool to understand that you've had this experience. You do not have to have teaching experience. But what they do want to see is that you can manage time, that you can plan, that you can work with youth. It doesn't only have to be professional experience either. You can have personal experience on there. And things that you can include in personal experience is youth groups, choir groups, sports groups, coaching, volunteering for your kids' field trips, volunteering as a parent in the classroom, working with the PTO, homeschooling. I mean, really dig deep, okay? Dig into those opportunities of working with youth that you can put on the application and maneuver in a way that shows that you are capable of working with youth and in an educational setting. Now, something I want to mention is that some people are afraid to put their ESL teaching background on these applications, and I absolutely disagree. Put your ESL teaching on the application, no matter what company you work for, GoGo Kids, Data, Q Kids, VIP Kid, all of those. They are very valuable experience because they show a technological side. You've already been in an online classroom. You're not coming from a brick and mortar setting into a virtual setting. You've already been in that virtual setting, so that's a big plus for you. Now, if you worked at a pizza restaurant, that's great. I worked at pizza restaurants and I actually really enjoyed that. We want to be careful if we choose to list that on our application though, because it's not necessarily relevant to working with youth or an educational setting, unless I'm going to teach how to cook pizza. If I'm going to teach how to cook pizza, I might do that because that shows that I know the ins and outs of cooking pizza. Or also managerial positions. You want to list those. So if I was the manager of the pizza restaurant, I may choose to list that if my application is a little bit light, because it shows that I am a leader. I can teach people things. I can manage time. I can make schedules. And those are all positive things that Outschool can find useful on the platform. All right. So be careful what exactly you list. Make sure that it focuses on education and youth, and make sure that you're putting the time, the age group, the position, and the details of each position in paragraph form for section 1. All right, so let's go on for section 2.